Randall Cunningham, who got hurt against the Jets on this very field, the same game that Seidner went down, and Barnett, and he told us yesterday, Matt, that we all want to come back, and we all rehabilitated together, wanted to come back healthy, especially playing on this field in our first game.
Yeah, they made a pact. They said we all want to come back the same time, and we all want to be productive.
First down on the 41-yard line for the Eagles. Play action. Cunningham fires, and the pass is incomplete. Calvin Williams was defended by Philippi Sparks, and he did a good job on the far sideline. Right now, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
All right, Dick, at the Silverdome, the deadlock has finally been broken. After a rocky first half, Scott Mitchell finds Herman Moore for the score. Detroit leads it now 14-7, that in the third. Back out to the Meadowlands, Dick and Matt.
Everyone talking about Green Bay and Minnesota, and somehow Detroit doesn't get the support that maybe they deserve in the Central.
And that works to their favor. I think the Detroit Lions are going to have a pretty good football team for the combination you just saw there. Herman Moore and Scott Mitchell.
Second down 10 for Philadelphia. Cunningham with plenty of time, drills it to Bavaro. Whoa, knocked away. And that was a big battle between Corey Widmer and Mark Bavaro.
You know what I like about Widmer? Widmer thinks he's a tough guy, and Widmer plays like a tough guy. Now, he's locked up with Bavaro. He knows he belongs there. And this is really a poor decision by Cunningham because he's throwing it where he has no right to throw it. The coverage is right on top. Look at that. That's a very nicely played by. We're lucky that wasn't a pick. Widmer came into the league as a nose guard. He was 275 pounds. Now he's shrunk himself down to 246.
And his first NFL start today. Third and 10. Cunningham flips it to Hebron. And covering on the play was Jesse Armstead. Boy, he is a valuable nickel defender for the New York Giants. And that'll bring up fourth down as the defense holds. You made a point about Cunningham, who had time on that last pass, but made a bad decision.
They tried to force it. You can't force it, especially in a situation like that.
Meggett is back, and Berger will kick for Philadelphia. Not long at all. High. Meggett with a fair catch. And the Giants will have good field position. They'll start from about the 32 or 33-yard line. 6:07 on the clock, third quarter.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens.
The 1995 Mitsubishi Galant, filled with thoughtful details.
These are a few of my favorite days.
Lease a new Galant S, $199 a month for only 24 months, with $1,000 down.
These are a few of my favorite days.
The affordable Galant S lease, perhaps the most favorite thing of all.
How do I like my steak? How do I like my steak? Bold, eye-opening, spicy. It gets you here, and it gets you right here. A1 Bold. Yeah, that's what I'm in the mood for.
Original A1 and A1 Bold. They're how steak is done. Excuse me. Could you take a picture of us with photo over there?
If you take off to the Italian town of Todi, but your camera just takes off,
Where'd they go?
you better have Visa Gold, because there's not a camera store there that takes American Express.
There's a great shot.
Visa Gold, it's everywhere you want to be.
In the second half of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, most of you will see the Cowboys and the Steelers with Barry Switzer making his NFL coaching debut.
Well, if Barry Switzer just is a caretaker, they're going to be all right. Let the players do what they do best. Hand it to Emmett. Let Troy Aikman throw the football. Michael Irvin outside. If he just doesn't get in the way, they're going to be pretty good.
Think they lost too much on defense?
No, they weren't a real solid, great defensive team. They were a solid team, not a great defensive team.
See what kind of defensive team the Eagles show here. First down on the Giant 33-yard line. 21-13. The Giants in front. Rodney Hampton hit from behind, and it was William Thomas. Well, here's a promising, good young linebacker. Bill Romanowski telling us yesterday how impressed he is with him.
Yeah, and I think the reason is William Thomas kind of epitomizes what the 90s linebacker is going to be. It's a guy who can flat out run. He has great speed and instinct, and I think right now you're getting away from the big bruising kind of linebacker. You're going to the William Thomases, who are the sleeker, fast guys.
Second down and 8. Aaron Pierce is in the backfield. He's the H-back. Brown looking for a receiver, doesn't have any, takes off, and a late hit, and that's going to cost the Eagles. William Perry made the tackle.
Yeah. Bill Romanowski didn't appreciate something. He got up and grabbed the face mask of Howard Cross and threw it back.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 53, 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Romanowski on the late hit.
Sometimes when you're trying to teach aggressiveness, this stuff's kind of hard to avoid. Now, this one could have been avoided. Romanowski should have taken another step and pulled off, but he committed and he stayed with it.
Wired from the 49ers on a draft day trade. He knows what it's like to be part of a successful club. It's first and 10 now at the 47 of the Eagles. Tommy Jeter, number 98, up front for Philadelphia. Dave Brown getting rid of it in a hurry, going deep for Callaway. Covering was Eric Allen. I tell you, Allen will stay with you step for step.
Yeah, and he had man-to-man coverage, but it was time for Brown to throw it because guys like this, number 76, Big Jumbo Elliott, he blocks two guys. They're going to bring somebody off the corner, and he'll take Townsend and throw him right back out. You see that? He throws him right into Zordich. Now, he's happy because you see this right here? He's got himself a regular-looking hand. Last week, he had to work with this thing. I asked him what he did with it. Heck, he said, I threw it in the recycling bin.
I don't think he could break that thing. Second and 10 with under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Brown had a little more time, and he's got the open man Callaway or Sherrard, and he's out of bounds. First down. Mike Sherrard wide open, and the Giant line gave Brown terrific protection. Mark McMillan on the stop.
All kinds of time to throw that ball. And one thing that has gone unnoticed in this football game is the New York Football Giants probably have the best set of receivers they've had in a long, long time. And this man, Mike Sherrard, is a huge reason. Last year, he was the only guy who could get deep. Now Callaway can get deep. And the guy who I fell in love with, Thomas Lewis, is really a player.
They're all going to fall in love with him. 21-yard gain on the play. First down on the 26. And Callaway was going in motion, and finally, with the clock running down, Dave Brown calls timeout. Well, the Giants don't want to make any mistakes as they challenge the Eagles and threaten here. We'll be back. Dave Brown on that last play.
He was lucky. He was lucky that he had a long count because after Black 88, he said, Zed, hut timeout. Now, it had to be on 3 because if it was on 2 when he hit time, they'd have been going off the ball.
Giants' first timeout of the second half. So first and 10 once again. Those are Brown's numbers. He's thrown for 151 yards. Brown getting pressure, going for Callaway, and knocked away. A fine play by Mark McMillan as he stayed with Callaway and broke up the play.
Ball was right there. Again, Brown stands in there. You can tell. Now, he's going to get pressure. He knows something's coming. You can see he's got 6 people up front. Now they're going to get. Now watch the pressure come to his face. He's looking right at it. That's a tough throw to make. So he puts the ball up where the receiver has a chance. Now you got to remember, this year the difference is there's no face guarding. McMillan didn't have to turn back and look for the ball. He just had to make the play.
Michael Zordas put the pressure on, so second down and 10. Inside handoff to Dave Meggett. And Meggett goes all the way for the touchdown. .26 yards for Dave Meggett, his second touchdown of the game.
Dave Meggett plays like his personality. He's bubbly, he's nonstop, and look, he just hides in there. You can't see the guy. And then when you think he's down, heck, he just keeps on going. And the worst thing, there was some very poor tackling right there.
Meggett is a Giant star today on special teams and on offense. Came out of the pack and scored, and Treadwell in with Marshall holding. The kick is good. So Dave Meggett with a 68-yard punt return for a touchdown in the first half. Now with this nifty 26-yard scamper, and the Giants lead by a score now of 28-13. Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Dick Stockton and Matt Millen. Giants led 21-3. The Eagles scored 10 unanswered points, but then Dave Meggett ran 26 yards for the score. And again, there's breathing room between the Giants and the Eagles, 28-13. Brad Daloisa will kick off. Vaughn Hebron, number 45, and Jeff Seidner back deep for the Eagles. And it is going to be Seidner inside the 5. Gets away from one defender and out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Gotcha. Hey, don't run through for a touchdown without getting some great blocks. Right here, watch 61 Lance Smith. He's going to come across and trap Townsend right up here. And then Meggett will slip through because he's a nice seal block by Riesenberg. Now here's what I want to show you. Look, this guy right here. See this? That's Thomas Lewis, the rookie. He thinks he's got a rear end as big as the other guys, and he sticks his face in there with a nice block, and that allows Meggett for the score.
He likes the heavy traffic.
I like this guy. Thomas Lewis is going to be a good football player.
From the 30-yard line, and the pass caught by Calvin Williams. And he's got an Eagle first down beyond the 40. Gain that time of 12 yards, and Philippi Sparks defending.
Now, right now, the Philadelphia Eagles, who seem to have had some momentum going, you know, after the Meggett play was taken away. So they almost become one-dimensional. They have to start throwing the football to get back in this. The onus now is thrown right onto that offensive line.
3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. First down for the Eagles on the Giant 42, on their own 42. Cunningham has not run much today, but he does this time, and is ridden out of bounds by Miller. No flag is thrown.
Well, he got some protection up front. There was good coverage, so he took off and ran. But this is the reason, number 74 right here, the rookie, Bernard Williams. Bernard Williams is 6'8", working on Strahan. And what he does, he just gets those long arms on you. And once those arms are on you, you're not going anywhere. And right at the end of the play, it could have been an Oscar. I don't know.
He was clearly out of bounds. That was a close call for the Giants.
It was.
21-yard gain, first down on the Giant 37. Here's Walker. And Carlton Bailey.
Hey, look at that. You see that? We just talked about how fast Herschel Walker was, how he hadn't lost his second gear, and then he got hit by 5 guys and carried him and got from behind the line of scrimmage and picked up at least a yard.
So he's strong as well as fast.
You know, I think that's what I was trying to say. Now watch him stick his face in there, and watch, his feet never stop moving. Look at that strong guy. Just keep it going. Of course, he's getting a little help there from Bernard Williams.
Second down and 9. Cunningham underneath. And the pass is caught that time by Walker or James Joseph.
And James Joseph is looking for a face mask, but I think they just got him behind the back of the helmet and yanked him. But again, good protection from the offensive line at a time when they're really needing the protection. Watch Corey Miller grabbed by the back of the helmet and the face mask. He may have had a finger in that face mask.
Corey Miller is living a charmed life on this series. 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles with